Perfectly against the nap into that pocket. There you see, it doesn't look quite so easy on that view, does it? Anyway, and it goes.
1.
And he couldn't really control the cue ball. We forced it in on a red. A crucial stage. Same shot, but different result this time.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 1. One.
Well, I think he just flicked the pink on the way through.
Thank you. Lee Hang, 5. One.
Well, this time he can't. Been a bit unlucky once or twice, but not this time.
Eight. $17.
You can see why, you know, he's such a, as I said, a decent player. The way that he's got good touch,
24.
simplicity of cue action, understated, I think.
25. $30.
Yeah, this season he made his 100th career century in competition, so he's the 74th player to do that.
36.
The middle red still goes. The other red's not got in the way of it.
$37.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was on one there. Sometimes you look at the player for their reaction, but he's not a player that naturally sort of reacts to anything. He's quite inscrutable, which is not a bad thing by any means.
Yeah, I think. But it's odd, isn't it, that his best form last year was in this very event. For some reason, he's had a good run in this event. It was O'Sullivan who took him out last year in the semi-final, where he really had O'Sullivan
50.
beaten 4-1 up, and it looked like he was all over him, but the wheel fell off in a big way in that match.
Lee Hang, 50. One.
Well, is he going to play on the loose red? Is he going to play with running side around 2 cushions into the bunch? Playing on the other one. It's a very good positional shot. I mean, I suppose it could have gone wrong, but with the black being where it was, but it didn't go wrong. And as I say, he's already looked at that bottom red, and if he can get on that one, then it would open things up. It means he could screw into them. That's the other option. Not too bad.
14. $15.
Well, Lee Hang was 54 in front
20.
before breaking down. But he had nothing, no security, nothing on a
21.
cushion, so Sullivan's favourite for this frame for sure.
28. 29. $36. 37.
Yellow and then yellow again, which means that he will need all of them because he's taken low
39.
colours. No obvious reason why he shouldn't
41.
clear up here, but of course he's still got to do it.
44.
tend to feel that brown to blue, if you land on the blue perfectly, it's the last difficult shot in such a clearance.
48.
And that is absolutely A1.
Yeah, looking like a big miss from Lee Hang. Sullivan needs pink and black.
59.
Faultless clearance, this.
66 in frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Really was. 66 from O'Sullivan. Looking very cool this afternoon here.
So O'Sullivan not playing it there, you see, not quite on. Just out. That's a good safety shot though. Done a little bit of sitting in his chair while Lee Hang has been operating.
Now Lee Hang, he's having a look at this plan.
Well, if the two reds closest to the pocket are touching, you just see now it's one of those where it could go in either direction, I think. It could be on, but it's just slightly bottom lip, I think. And there you are. O'Sullivan could have played that.
1.
It's a big shot because he had no real notion where the cue ball would finish. Couldn't guarantee it, but he's on the blue with a chance. So had he not got the plant, he could have left O'Sullivan right in. Not happy with that one.
He didn't see it quite as positively as Lee Hang. He didn't see it quite as positively as Lee Hang. And the one he can pot, thought again, the right of the two by the pink spot. Difficult shot, this. Well, they seemed to be down on that
7.
shot for what seemed like an eternity, just lining it up, but it was worth the wait.
Yeah, this is where he's got to really try and keep tight control of that cue ball. Doesn't want too many more recovery shots to have to play.
9. 10. 18. 25. 26.
Good set of results, I think,
34.
for Lee Hang this week. And a couple of very long matches yesterday.
Pot success stats so far, both in the 90s, which is where you want to be.
42. 47. 48. 55. 56.
So this blue and one more red. And it all came from that plant, which he took on. It didn't look dead set, but
61.
he worked it into a 3-ball plant.
62.
Long way to go yet. My only concern
69.
for Lee Hang in this match is what happens when he gets close, because he has got a little bit of previous of not being able to get over the line, but that will come
70.
but potentially later on.
77.
We'll find out in the second half if the chance arises anyhow.
78.
Well, it was an important visit, this, having slipped up in the last round, and it's nicely set up for when they return after the interval.
85. 86. 89. 91. 94.
That's another good shot, a really good break this.
98.
His third of the season. excellent stuff.
103. 109.
Yes, excellent. Clearance that.
116 in the frame. Lee Hang.
116 from Lee Hang.
One.
That's another excellent long one from O'Sullivan.
Quite a long distance the cue had to travel there. It was almost corner to corner, wasn't it, of the table?
8. 9. 16.
So it's as if that miss never happened. He's straight back in again.
17.
Played into a big area there,
24.
middle of the table, because there were more than one red that could be potted.
25.
Hitting the jaw means he's gone out of position a little bit. I think he's a bit straight on the pink, means he can't get near a red, so this is difficult now. It's a very fine shot.
27.
Red's here and get out for a colour.
28.
Wow. He's unlucky there.
$30.
Very busy break this, you know, he's not always been in prime position, but he's fought his way through it.
31. $39.
That was also very well played, straight through the bunches. Almost as if they weren't there.
47.
So he's shown very good signs of his form here. He's played well all week. Wow, this is some shot. Such a big area. And he's got a choice of about 4 reds, and he's shot that wins in the frame. Now it's a question of how many. Very good break. There's some great queuing in it.
Yeah, he slipped up on his first visit, but got back in with another good long
61.
pot. And the rest has been glorious, really. Round to cover here.
69. 76. 77.
Chance of screwing behind the red. Over to the cue ball, to the somewhere on the right cushion.
$82. 83.
Just around the table. Oh, that's a pity. It was a
Ronnie
fine break,
O'Sullivan,
but no
83
century.
on the frame.
No, it's a really terrific break, wasn't it? 83. O'Sullivan's highest of the afternoon. Very stylishly made as ever. This frame a big one now. We're coming towards the business end of the match. O'Sullivan's starting to look really good with that 83. But Lee Hang has, of course, made that century, 2 half centuries as well, albeit one of them in a frame he lost.
Well, an early half chance for Lee Hang.
1.
With numbers like that, you know, he's played a good match in his own right here.
5. 12. 13.
if he plays it, he's going to be with a lot of pace on this off the side cushion. It's a difficult shot to play. I can assure you he didn't try to split them off 3 cushions.
18.
He's almost got to be straight on that blue, because it swings off so wide, such a wide angle.
19.
Nice recovery. Now, has he got an angle this time? Big shot this. Always a chance you'll knock a ball in if you're having an unlucky day. Deserves to be on something. It was a good shot. But the little shake of the head
24.
means he's on nothing easy. Quite like the other one, wasn't it?
24.
On the other side that he missed. That one we mentioned a few moments ago. Well, he's missed, but the first thing to observe is he on one? Has he left one on? Safety shot it is then. Now this is interesting because O'Sullivan didn't know if the black goes. I think it does.
Nine. $17.
Well, it certainly went to the other pocket. I don't know why he felt the need to go across the table like that, but that's how it can go wrong. Now this is a shot played out of frustration. This doesn't have to go in or he'll be really annoyed. He'll be furious. That's a shot where he's not
Ronnie,
really
Sullivan,
let the other shot go
17.
that went wrong. And that is the most infuriating thing for a player. It's almost a rush of blood. Sullivan's been in a couple of times in this frame without any real weight of scoring.
1.
Quite a big moment in the match. Li Hang needs to take advantage of this opportunity. And it's not too bad now.
6.
The hard work been done.
O'Sullivan rather throwing his arm at that blue,
7.
low percentage shot. Didn't get close to it.
14. 15.
Problem was, of course, he should never have been there. He should have been on the black.
22.
That's what hurts the most, I think.
23. 30. 31.
Now, has he gone too far?
38.
He knew he had to hold. Needs one more red, and that looks tight, doesn't it? A trace of right-hand side to widen the angle. Good recovery. It's a dangerous shot to play. It was the only relatively safe ball, but it's even safer now. It's in the pocket.
He's got to pick himself up from what happened there. Li Hang, he's very solid, isn't he? Sticks to you. He knows he had to make this break because O'Sullivan looked rattled. He had to keep him in that seat, stewing about his own missed opportunity.
52.
And this match remains very much in the balance.
53.
Li Hang has stepped in
and the frame.
with 58, and we're all square again. Fascinating stuff, and it's just got even more interesting.
Of course, one thing I'll say it again, which I've already mentioned, but I do think Li Hang has had difficulty getting over the line in matches he sees the winning line and maybe starts thinking about it too much. That's one of his faults, I'd say. Tremendous shot. Really well struck.
1.
Well, I was looking at that shot thinking, well, it looks the most natural in-off or
6.
down into that left corner. So I couldn't see what he was trying to do. I mean, as a player, you kind of know the line if you hit it playing ball, which takes you close to going in off. And he was on that line.
Lee Hang, 6.
Well, this time that is an unforced error.
1. Yeah.
Well, you can see for once a slight reaction from Lee Hang. That's gone wrong. A horrible cue in, really, raising the bridge hand.
Well,
Lee Hang,
just grazed
6.
that red on the way through.
One.
Well, not a nice spot to land, clearly.
Didn't think Colin Numbers heard him then, and what's he going to play?
Pink ball.
Oh, he's playing the pink. You can just see the edge of it.
Ronnie
Maybe not as
O'Sullivan.
bad as all that.
One.
I didn't know he could get through the pink. Well, he's played the double, which would be a very difficult double.
One.
That is one that John Higgins would be very proud of, because that was not a natural.
Average frame time 13.5 minutes, but we're getting to the real crux of the matter here. But it has got a bit edgy in the last sort of 15 minutes or so, this match.
8.
He wanted to ensure that the red didn't get in his way, but from there it certainly hasn't. This is a big shot.
14. 15.
And that's also well played. So it's been a sort of an awkward frame so far for O'Sullivan, I think, but he's managed to break free.
22. 30.
Turned 46 last weekend. But still plays a young man's game, clearly.
37. 38. 45. 46.
40 points
51.
now.
52. 57. 58.
Yeah, I mean, there have been errors in the match, but we've had a half century at least in every frame. So this is O'Sullivan maybe getting back on
65.
an even keel. He didn't enjoy the last frame, but this is better. Looks like he's
66.
back in front.
74. 80. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 80 and the frame.
So an excellent 80, that's what he needed. This is a terrific match.
It's not the best of breaks, and once again that red has travelled up the table. But it didn't make any difference now as he left anything. Nothing in the bunch. This is a plant, but the long red. Li Hang has been knocking in some of these. Red to the yellow pocket or the plant. There are his options. Where he's on, but the cue ball is not straight behind it, which means with the gap between the two reds, this is missable. Just.
1. Five.
No, he's a frame behind because he made a century. That accounted for a bit of that in frame 4 on the 116.
11. 12.
'Well, he's on the bottom red, but with slightly,
27.
I'll say awkward cueing. It's not actually too bad, but he's got to get through these reds. Bit of topspin. Don't want to get stuck in the middle of them. That's exactly
28.
what's happened. It's one of those shots, you're almost better off just making sure you overdo it. Even if you finish on the right side cushion, you mustn't finish there. That was a very good
28.
chance.
Li Hang.
He could certainly have made more than 28 there. That's not going to hurt O'Sullivan, that sort of break.
Wow. He can't believe it. I don't think anyone can.
One.
It's absolutely willing that cue ball to keep travelling, and this is the problem he's had before. I mean, okay, he's not at the point of winning the match yet, but he's at the point of getting it level. And I've seen it before with Li Hang. Not bad.
Eight.
So again, recovered it pretty well.
He needs to take care clearly, but he doesn't want to slow down too much and build every shot up to be the biggest shot he'll play, because that is going to put pressure on. It's a good chance this for 4 each.
Surely he's on the red, is he? I mean, he'd be desperate
14.
if he's not. He hit it quite beautifully. That cue ball zipped straight back. He's all right though. He gave the impression there with that shake of the head that he wasn't. He hit it like a dream.
15 inches.
But a lot of this game is played in the mind, and if it does go to a decider, we'll have to see how that goes.
22. 23.
Well,
30.
looks like O'Sullivan will be going into a third deciding frame finish. We're a week on
31.
from that decider that he lost to Kyron Wilson at the UK Championship.
$38. 39.
So, snooker's required.
Sullivan, he looks sharp, but as you point out,
44.
players are taking him all the way in matches. A couple of times yesterday.
45. 52.
Yes, he actually only played one match yesterday, but his last 2
53.
rounds. But here's another one that's going
Li Hang,
right down to the
53
wire.
and the frame.
Li Hang refusing to go away. 53 the break to to take us to one last frame. Round running Ronnie
Deciding
O'Sullivan
frame.
is facing
Ronnie O'Sullivan for break.
finish. Lee Hang has been stubborn. In the decider against Liang Wenbo, he made a break of 90, and against Jamie Jones, a winning 66. Lee Hang has had one decider this week against Hussein Vafai. He made a 57 break in that.
Yes, the other factor is you mentioned the breaks that O'Sullivan made in those two deciders, but in both of them, take complete advantage of. And as you say, O'Sullivan pounced.
Crowd living every moment of this.
Oh, goodness me, that's gone horribly wrong. He's a little frightened of the going into the pack. I completely understand that. He didn't want to spread the reds and all of a sudden give O'Sullivan an early in, but he has almost done it anyway if this goes in.
One.
Big shot here if he doesn't want a red to be knocked in. Of course, that's the one where he didn't really catch them right.
Six. Seven.
Little screw into the reds, gently.
12. 13.
Didn't want to be going around the table with the cue ball, but I don't think he's got any choice now.
$18. 19.
I don't think he could hit it any slower without the red staying on the table and holding for the black. Well, it became a very game, not necessarily for good, but for now.
27. $32. Ronnie
That was a struggle,
O'Sullivan,
that break. He
32.
did well to keep it going until there was just nothing left to pop. I'm not sure you can see the edge of a red to play safe, so if all else fails, he may as well take a pot on it. I think something goes into the left corner. Position not guaranteed, but if it does go in, possible chance. Well, that could be his last mistake.
O'Sullivan 32 in front then.
1.
As he comes back to the table, the black now freely available. So you have to say it is a good chance to get this one.
8. 9.
Players have been taking the game to him and ultimately he's been responding. We'll see if Lee Hang gets another chance.
16. 17.
With a couple of awkward reds as insurance, O'Sullivan with a brilliant chance to get this match won. It's a bit of a cliche when you talk about that, but really you
25.
just want something. I think he's playing well enough, O'Sullivan. He's had a few
32.
close shaves this week. Sometimes you get it that
33.
everyone you play plays well against you, and I think that's happened to O'Sullivan. He's all played well, but no one beaten him yet.
He's played well,
41.
but ultimately it's another deciding frame victory for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Tournament like this, but clearly that will be an even tougher game than any that he's met so far.
56. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 56 frames and match.
2 minutes to 85 World Semi-final. London has won in the decider. He's into the semis.